The smallest silent watcher on this list is a rogue planet, a world with no star, no orbit, no light of its own, just drifting through the dark forever. Scientists estimate there could be billions of these in our galaxy alone, planets the size of Earth or larger, that were flung out of their solar systems, and now wander between stars with nothing to warm them. But what's even crazier is that some of these worlds might still hold heat deep beneath their crust, oceans of liquid rock sealed under miles of frozen stone, silent, sunless, and utterly alone in the black. Take a planet like that and place it slightly closer to a source of gravity, and you get something stranger still. This is Entry 2, a class of object called a rogue moon, a satellite stripped from its planet during some ancient gravitational catastrophe billions of years ago. No planet to orbit, no sun to reflect, just an orphaned sphere of rock tumbling through interstellar space at incredible speed. If one passed through our solar system today, telescopes might not catch it until it was already gone. Right now, astronomers believe dozens of these free-floating moons could exist within a few hundred light-years of Earth, and we would have no way of knowing. But here is the unsettling part. Not every silent object in the universe is inert. Entry 3 is the black dwarf, the theoretical final form of a star like our Sun after it has cooled for trillions of years. No star has ever become one yet, because the universe itself is not old enough. A black dwarf would emit no light, no heat, no signal of any kind, just a cold, dead ember of degenerate matter sitting in the void, mathematically inevitable, but never yet observed. Nobody has seen one, nobody ever will. And this is where things become strange, because cold is not the same as safe. The fourth object on this list is a class of neutron star called a magnetar, and it is anything but silent in the way you might expect. A magnetar's magnetic field is so powerful it could strip the electrons from your atoms at a distance measured in thousands of kilometers. In 2004, an eruption from a magnetar known as SGR 1806-20 released more energy in a fraction of a second than the sun produces in 100,000 years. No sound could ever reach you from that distance, but the radiation would arrive instantly, and you would never see it coming. So what happens if something is silent, not because it is far away, but because it is designed to hide? Entry 5 brings us to the idea of a Dyson sphere, a hypothetical megastructure that a sufficiently advanced civilization might build around its own star to capture all of its energy. If one existed and worked exactly as theorized, the star inside it would produce almost no visible light at all. From the outside, it would look like a gap in the sky where a star should be, a silent void surrounded by ordinary stars, watching without ever being watched back. We have never confirmed one, but several candidate stars have been flagged for their unexplained dimming. But somehow, even a hidden star is not the most alarming kind of silence. The sixth entry is the rogue black hole, a stellar remnant with no companion star, no visible accretion disk, and no light of any kind escaping it. Estimates suggest there could be 100 million black holes drifting through our galaxy alone, and the vast majority of them are completely invisible to every telescope we have. One could be moving through our stellar neighborhood right now, and the only way we would ever detect it is by watching how its gravity bends the light of stars behind it. If it passed close enough to our solar system, you would never finish watching this video before the consequences began to unfold. If you have made it this far into the quiet parts of the universe, drop a like right now, because the next entry turns an ordinary star into something with the power to reshape a galaxy from the inside out. Entry 7 is Sagittarius A star, the supermassive black hole sitting at the exact center of the Milky Way. It has a mass equivalent to about 4 million suns, compressed into a region roughly the size of Mercury's orbit. Imagine holding a tennis ball on the surface of the moon and trying to see it from Earth. That is roughly the challenge astronomers faced when they finally captured its image in 2022. It sits at the heart of our galaxy, like a lion sleeping at the center of everything. Motionless, patient, and almost entirely silent, unless something wanders too close. But the next one on this list does not sleep quietly at all. Entry 8 is Cygnus Zone, one of the first black holes ever identified. Discovered through the X-rays it emits as it pulls material from a companion star. Even though the black hole itself is invisible, the matter falling into it heats up to millions of degrees before vanishing forever, screaming in radiation on its way down. It sits roughly 7,200 light-years from Earth. Not everything silent is peaceful. Some things are simply broadcasting on a wavelength you were never built to hear. And that leaves us with something that makes even Cygnus Zone look small by comparison. Entry 9 is TON 618, one of the largest black holes ever measured, with a mass estimated at 66 billion times that of our Sun. Its event horizon alone is larger than the entire orbit of our solar system. If you dropped a planet the size of Pluto anywhere near it, it would vanish without a single visible flash. No sound, no explosion, nothing but silence, swallowing silence. TON 618 sits nearly 10.4 billion light-years away. The light reaching us now left before our own galaxy had finished forming. The next object on this list does not just swallow planets. It calls into question whether silence itself is even guaranteed anywhere in the universe. Entry 10 is the concept of vacuum decay, a theoretical event where the universe itself is sitting in a false state of stability rather than its true lowest energy state. If a bubble of true vacuum ever formed anywhere in the cosmos, it would expand outward at the speed of light, rewriting the fundamental laws of physics as it went. There would be no warning, no light arriving before the change itself, because nothing can outrun it. Physicists consider this extremely unlikely, but the equations do not rule it out completely, and that alone is enough to make it one of the most unsettling ideas in modern cosmology. Every object on this list shares one quality. They do not announce themselves. A rogue planet does not blink a warning light. A magnetar does not pause before it fires. A black hole does not knock. The universe conducts its most violent and most patient processes without a single sound, and everything we have just described is only detectable because of the subtle secondary effects it leaves behind: a bending of starlight, a burst of radiation, a gap where a star should be. That is the quiet horror at the center of astrophysics. The loudest events in existence might be the ones we never hear at all. If this journey through the universe's silent watchers left you feeling smaller than when you started, that is exactly the point, and it means there is more waiting for you. Subscribe before the next rogue object drifts a little too close. Drop a like if you made it all the way to the end, and if you are not ready to go back to normal space just yet, there is a whole playlist waiting for you, full of stranger things, deeper darkness, and quieter threats than the ones you just heard about.